Hey YouTubers, how you doing? Have here a product from Konus. It is the KonusPro M30 1 to 4 by 24. This is a 30mm tube, and it's made, I believe it's made in Italy. This is a very nice optic. I have it mounted on my Ambush 6.8 and it performed excellent. It comes with a limited lifetime warranty. It's warranted to be free for manufacturer's defect and material workmanship. It is not transferable, so it's for the original owner only. The tube here is a 30mm, which I really liked. I'm not really that familiar with the 30mm. In fact, I don't know if I've even shot them before. I've looked through them, but I don't recall having shot through a 30mm before. And it is the more popular tube width in Europe, but here we mostly use the 1-inch. I felt like it gathered light a little bit better. Not sure if it was me or if that was the optic, but it seemed to gather light a little bit better. These here, the optics on it, the glass is really crystal clear, and I didn't see any distortion around the edges. It's very high quality glass. It's engraved with a 30-30 dual illuminated center dot. Exit pupil is 12mm at 1 by, 6mm at 4 by. Has about a 3.9-inch eye relief, so about 4 inches. So very generous eye relief. The field of view at 100 yards is 100 feet at 1 by and 25 feet at 4 by. The length 10.8 inches long. It weighs 17.6 ounces. The click value is at 100 yards is half MOA. Parallax setting is 100 yards. Mounting length is 5.9 inches. The optic itself is it's waterproof, fog-proof, shock-proof. It's dry nitrogen filled. It's proof for air guns, which I'm not really concerned with, but it is, if you're interested. Has a locking, fast focus ocular. Heavy caliber recoil-proof reticle. So it is designed for heavy recoil. I wanted to get it out with my 450 Bushmaster. I did not get a chance to do that. I also have my 9.3 by 62 bolt action. I kind of wanted to try it on that. I also did not get a chance to put it on that. That would actually be an optimal setup, because this is kind of designed, as far as hunting goes, this would be an excellent dangerous game scope. So I would have liked to have mounted it on there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to do that. It has fully multi-coated lenses. The engraved reticle is in the second focal plane. Finger adjustable windage and elevation. Side illuminator switch with 5 different intensities, and also in red or blue. It did come with flip-up lens covers and also, of course, a lens cleaning cloth. The batteries it uses are CR2032, and the tube is one-piece construction. These mounts I got with it, they're made by Konus Quick Ring. This here is the high version. Of course, it comes in low. And you can also use these mounts with 1-inch tubes. I am a big fan of quick detach. Now, my purpose for this scope, for me, is for whitetail hunting. And in my neck of the woods, which is where I hunt, is very wooded, you will get the occasional 100 to 200 yard shot over a cornfield. Normally it's going to be, I'd say probably 99% of the time it's going to be less than 150 yards, but you might get a longer shot. But for the most part, most of the hunting that I do is in the woods. So for me, a 1 to 4 scope is the perfect variable. I don't need anything, zooming in any further than that. Most of the shots I get, it's fleeting deer. So with this quick response, or with this quick acquisition scope, works perfect. It has very good positive adjustments on it. Of the scopes that I have used, and when I say that, I mean scopes with magnification. I'm not talking about the speed dot or red dot scopes, but magnified scopes that have an electronic red dot. I would say out of all of them, this one here is the best done one that I have personally used. It's a very fine dot. Some of the dots that I've used kind of feel a little bit cheap, I'd have to say. This dot here is a really nice dot. Whether you use the red dot or the blue dot, it's very well done. At the highest setting, it's not blurry at all. It's still a very fine dot, and it's still a really good marker. Even a small object at a distance, it's not going to cover it up, you know, with a lot of blur and all that. And at the lowest setting, it's just barely visible, but you know, it's enough that in a low light situation, it's going to help you acquire your target faster. But I think it's the dots on this, I think, are very well done. The blue dot's pretty interesting. I really haven't used blue before. I've used red and green, but I've never used blue. But it's a pretty interesting color. The MSRP on the KonusPro M30 is $369.99, and I think that's a good value. To me, it seemed like a scope that was easily a couple $100 more expensive. Hey folks, this is one of my targets from today, and got 3 different things going here. 4 different groups. Excuse me, 5 different groups. Let me explain. But I am shooting the Ambush Arms 6.8 SPC. I have the KonusPro M30 scope, and I'm shooting Wilson Combat Ammo. And this one here is the, let me focus here, 110 grain boat tail hollow point. So, all right. These right here, this is sight-in stuff here. This is me sighting in the scope. My first group is here. This is the first group I had. I had 2 good shots and then kind of had a flyer. My next group was this one here, kind of a bad group. Third group here, not too bad. And then this is my 4th and final group on this page, and this is a real good group here. This one here, I felt good and came out good on paper. This here is my final group, and this is a 5-shot group. And by the way, this is all at 100 yards. So it's not very far, but this is my final group. Wind conditions a little bit gusty. Temperature was around, I'd say 60, well, around 70, maybe 70, 75, around there. So that's the weather conditions. I don't know what the barometer is. I honestly, I know I can group tighter than that. It wasn't happening. New scope, getting used to new stuff, and I think my skills are diminishing. But as it is, not bad, and definitely a good hunting group.